Hello guys, this is VYSH. So a new initiative, a new playlist because the prelims is nearing and I'm getting a lot of requests from students that we should do all the 1 to 100 questions of 2021 as well. So 16 to 20, all the 5 years of question paper with detailing, with elimination tricks, everything is done. So if you watch that, you are going to clear this prelims, upcoming prelims very easily. So it's up to you whether you want to watch it or not. So as per your request, we are taking up things. So we just request you to please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Okay, because this much free initiatives day and night we are putting effort to give it to you, so we just want your subscription and even likes and comments if you can under each video. Okay, so please help us grow so that we can give you daily more and more free initiatives. Okay, so these are the must watch playlist before your prelims if you are going on Sunday. Else if it's next year, then there's a lot of time, you can watch slowly, it will be available for free on our channel. Okay, but 2022 students, please watch it very sincerely. Okay, and test series also I don't recommend now to join because you will be giving your prelims now, you already have your test series. And if it is 2023 batch, a detailed one, a bigger test series will be launched on June 10th. So today, first 10 questions, if you see, it's all economics, and economics were one of the easiest questions last year. Okay, everything was easy because either it was repetitive question, or it was having easy options, or it was direct basic economics, which anybody could have solved. Okay, so I will tell you how it is easy. If you are new, you will not understand, but still I will try to explain. Okay, so here the first question is about the RBI governor and related things. So the governor of Reserve Bank of India is appointed by the central government. Okay, so you know it or you may not know it. Okay, now certain provisions in the Constitution of India gives the central government the right to issue directions to the RBI in public interest. Okay, then governor of RBI draws his power from the RBI Act. So this for you, most of you will look true, and three you will feel like it should be in the answer. Now instead of finding the correct answer, here it is much easier to find the wrong answer. Okay, here they are telling Constitution of India. You know what is the Constitution of India? In polity you are studying, Lakshmikant fully you are studying. That is just establishing, maybe the RBI, not only establishing, it is actually taking from the Government of India Act 1935, but that doesn't have provisions to conduct the functions of RBI. Okay, or how government will issue directions to the RBI. So this is a blunder statement actually. So UPSC is giving you that clue, not only giving you that clue, and in every option they have put that 2 also. Okay, so if you simply eliminate, you get the answer as 1 and 3 only. So central government is appointing the RBI governor, and also the governor of RBI gets the power from RBI Act 1934. Okay, so 1 and 3 is correct. So this was a very easy direct question which anybody should have solved and got that 2 marks. Okay, like this there are plenty of questions every year, and this year 2022 also on June 5 you will see like this one statement which is easy statement, you eliminate and you will get the answer. Okay, so section 7 of the RBI Act is this thing. If you see, central government can issue directions to the RBI in public interest. So it's not the Constitution of India, it is the section 7 of RBI Act. Okay, so because of that reasons, the governor resigned and all that time, so it is the RBI Act. So this is the first question, which is an easy question. Answer is C. This is official answer key. Okay, I have checked the official answer key for everything and giving you right answers only, because last year coaching institutes gave many plenty of wrong answers. This time I'll correct everything for you. Now with reference to the casual workers, okay, this was one debatable question last year. So with reference to casual workers employed in India, consider the following statement. All casual workers are entitled for EPF, okay, Employment Provident Fund. All casual workers are entitled for regular working hours and overtime payment. The government can by notification specify that an establishment or industry shall pay wages only through its bank account. Okay, so this, this making bank account thing is there everywhere and this looks true. Okay, but here again you need to eliminate one of them to get the answer, or the answer should be 1, 2 and 3, and this is what coaching institutes also told. That answer is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, but here now UPSC has marked the first statement as wrong. Okay, so all casual workers means every kind of worker are actually eligible for EPF. Okay, so that is why everyone told 1, 2, 3 is correct. But problem here is, if you think in a little other way, in the company wise, in the establishment wise, this EPFO will apply only to those establishments where there are at least 20 workers. So if there is a small shopkeeper which having only 1 or 2 casual workers, then they are not entitled. So when we tell all casual workers are entitled, and if you think in the establishment point of view, he will not be eligible. Okay, just because the count is smaller there in that shop, he will not get it. So because of that reason, UPSC would have marked it wrong. Okay, so statement 2 and 3 is the correct statement as per the code of wages and different labor codes which we have. Okay, you have this working hours, the overpayment times, and all basic DPSP concept, it will be applied to every workers. So this last one also government is doing it, like bank account is mandatory and money should be transferred there. Such things are mandatory. So the official answer key is B, that is 2 and 3 only, and the first one is wrong. Okay, so if you could have taken that guess, then you can eliminate 1, 1, 1 and you will get the answer as 2 and 3 only. Okay, now next one. which among the following steps is most likely to be taken at the time of an economic recession? Okay, so this is again a very basic thing which Prime Minister keeps telling, the Finance Minister keeps telling. In economic survey it is written, like recession time what you should do. Recession time, actually, instead of shutting down everything, you should push more money into the economy and put more, make more infrastructure, make more things, so that that will again give you benefits in the future. Okay, so actually you should increase the expenditure. Okay, this is actually cutting the tax rate. You can cut it, but you cannot increase the interest rate. You have to decrease it. Okay, so that people take more money, people gets more money. Okay, so this, in this increase versus reduction, you have to choose one which is increase in expenditure on public project. Okay, so this actually is a concept. There is a concept called this pro-cyclic measures and counter-cyclic measures in fiscal policy. So this is a basics of economics. Okay, in our economic survey 2020 PDF also this was there, a question. So here answer is neither one nor two, because we have interchanged these two. Okay, instead of pro we put counter, and for counter we read pro. So read it like this: a counter fiscal fiscal policy, and read the first one. Okay, because I have interchanged. Answer this one: stabilizes the business cycle by being contractionary in good times and expansionary in bad times. Okay, so economic survey keeps recommending, okay, keeps recommending that we should go for counter cyclic fiscal policy measures whenever we have a problem, whenever there is a growth slowdown, whenever there is an economic crisis, whenever recession is there. Everybody keeps telling we should have a counter cyclic policy. So what is this pro cyclic counter cyclic? Table difference is given here. Okay, contractionary means you are reducing everything, reducing the expenditure, all these things. Okay, but we need counter cyclic. So counter cyclic means in the recession time we have to have increased government expenditure, decreasing the taxes. Okay, so cut in tax rate was correct, but interest rate is the problem there. Okay, that is why that statement is wrong. Okay, but statement B is correct because government expenditure on project has to be increased. Okay, answer is B here. Okay, that was I'll tell you, answer is B. So this concept of pro cyclic and counter cyclic, they asked in a very simplistic manner here. So this is what UPSC is doing every year. Whenever something comes in news, whenever the ministers tell something, based on that, what static thing or what application type thing can be asked, that is what they are framing the question. Okay, every question is asked because it was in the news. Okay, every question, it's not economics books Ramesh Singh type questions, so that is not coming. Now this is a very interesting question, which is microeconomics. So microeconomics textbooks and all, we ourselves don't study. Okay, because actually if you know very basic things, okay, like what are the different type of goods and all, you can solve this question. Okay, so one way is, if you have done a good test series, this is very easy. In VYSH IAS also direct it is there, like what is an inferior good. Okay, like here if you see other things remaining unchanged. Okay, so something, everything is constant. Market demand for a good might increase if, meaning there is a good and the demand has to increase. So in which of the cases the demand of a good will increase? Okay, suppose there is a chocolate, suppose there is a bread, suppose whatever it is, okay, grocery, how can the demand for that increase? Okay, so if you see last option, its price falls. Obviously when something gets cheaper, okay, suddenly tomato everything becomes like 5 rupee per kilo or something, its demand will increase, people will go and buy it. Okay, so 4 you need in the answer, but problem here is everywhere 4 is there. Okay, so only option you can eliminate is this one. With basic common sense, without studying anything, you can do this thing. Okay, when price falls, the demand will increase. Okay, this is basic thing, but from 1 to 3 now you have to choose. Okay, only then you can solve it, because all options are like that. Now you have to know two terms. One is what is substitute, one is what is complement. Okay, so first I'll tell you the inferior good. Okay, inferior good is a much easier one. The good is an inferior good and the income of the consumer increases. Okay, I'll tell you an example. Like suppose you are a poor person, okay, and you are consuming normal like maybe bread or normal food you are consuming. Okay, now your income is increasing. When your income is increasing, okay, so that basic thing which you used to buy when you were poor, that is called inferior goods. Okay, the cheap things which you buy. Now when you are increasing this thing, you become rich. So will you still continue eating the same thing, or will you still continue buying that same shop where you used to buy cheap clothes or discount clothes? You will be, your standard of living will get high. Okay, so actually when you become rich, the consumer's income increases, the good of an inferior good, this demand will not increase. Okay, they are telling in which case it will increase, but here it is telling inferior good, income of the consumer increase. Okay, but I am telling it will not increase. The demand for inferior good will not increase, it will decrease. Okay, so because of that reason 3 should not be there in the answer. Okay, if you still did not understand, again watch this video again. Okay, try to listen what I am telling. Inferior good is something which you buy when you are poor. When your this thing increases, you are not going to buy it. Demand for that is not going to happen. So that 3 is what is the clue given to you. So 3 eliminate here, 3 eliminate here, and you get the answer as 1 and 4. Okay, now I will tell you what is this substitute and complement. So substitute means, suppose like what you want to book Uber, or you want to book Ola, or you want to go to Pizza Hut, you want to go to McDonald's. So these are all substitutes. If this is not there, you will go to the other one. Okay. So price of its substitute increase, meaning you are usually going to like suppose KFC, but Pizza Hut is also their option. So when price of its substitute, the other one increases, obviously the demand for this one will increase, right? Because the other one is getting costlier and costlier. You will prefer this one also because this is what you can afford. Okay. So price of its substitute increases, then the demand of that good, the good number A, okay, B is the substitute. Okay. So A is going to increase. So that is why that's answer. Now what is complement? Complement is something which you use along with it. Meaning suppose you are having bread, along with that you need jam or butter or something else you need. Okay, so that is called complement. So when the complement prices is increasing, okay, bread, butter, everything is costly, then what is the point of having a bread here? You cannot apply anything on it, you cannot use it. So the demand is actually going to decrease for the bread. Okay, but here the question is market demand for the good might increase. Okay, so the complement prices increase, the jam, these things will increase, then the bread will decrease. Okay, so this cannot be there in the answer. Okay, so eliminate 2 here, eliminate 2 here. Okay, anyway, finally answer I told you it's 1 and 4 because of the reasons. So basic things like what is a given good and all these things, even without reading microeconomics and all, a good test series if you solve, it will be there because these pointers comes in the news all the time. So we will be obviously making one MCQ for that. Okay, so given goods are typically inferior products that do not have readily available substitute. Okay, people buy less when their income rises. Okay, people buy less, so demand will be lesser, but here they are telling it will be more. Okay, as I told, steak than hamburger when you feel richer. So that is the concept. So 3 eliminate and you get the answer. With one single question which we taught you here, you could have solved this by eliminating 3. Okay. Or you should know what is the substitute good and what is the complementary good, which I told. Okay. Like bread and butter thing, or the Domino's and Pizza Hut thing. Okay. So these are the basics of economics, and in future again questions will come. So this single explanation which I did will be enough for you to solve the future questions in this topic. Okay. So official answer key is 1 and 4 only. Now, with reference to urban cooperative banks in India, consider the following statement. This question is asked for people who follow current affairs regularly. Okay, very easy question because of the options. They are supervised and regulated by local boards set up by the state government. This is a wrong thing because RBI has an ordinance has come where RBI will be regulating it, not the state government. Okay, the urban cooperative bank, RBI will be regulating it. Okay, so this is a wrong thing. Okay, so eliminate 1, eliminate 1, eliminate 1. You get the answer as 2 and 3 only. Okay, so urban cooperative bank, I did not even read the 2 statements and I got the answer. Okay, so urban cooperative banks can issue equity shares and preference shares. They were brought under the purview of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 through an amendment 1966. So these kind of things, right, which are very factual. Most of the time we take it as wrong. Okay, people take this wrong and then eliminate. That's also one way. But when the first statement itself is a current affair which came, you have to know. You were supposed to know it. June 2020 current affair is expected to be studied for the October 2021 prelims which happened. So it was there in every test series, not only VYSH IAS, whoever taught you current affairs would have taught you this. Ordinance is there so that everything comes under supervision of RBI. Okay, so eliminate statement 1 and these two you have to by heart it now. Okay, this banking regulation through an amendment in 1966 and the UCB can issue equity shares because based on this, again, future questions will come. Okay, and you can read this also. If you're enrolled to my test series, you have the PDF already. Okay, now question number 6. Indian government bond yields are influenced by which of the following? Okay, a bond, you know what is a debt kind of thing. Okay, bond yield is the amount of profit made by an investor in bond investment. What are the returns you get when you have a bond? What are the returns or what are the thing you get? That is a yield. Okay, it's the amount of profit made by the investor in bond investment. Okay, so now this kind of questions is like very tricky also. Like if you keep thinking, you will feel like eliminating something, but here actually answer will be 1 2 3. Okay, everything can have a small influence or indirectly can have an influence. They're just asking influence, they're not asking directly done or specifically done, they're just saying it can influence. Okay, so statement 1 is correct. If you see the actions of the US Federal Reserve, okay, their RBI kind of thing, can influence bond yield of Indian GSECs, that is the government securities, because the foreign investors will accordingly then buy or sell or dump whatever Indian government security. They will decide based on how the changes are happening in the US federal decisions also. Okay, in the primary market, secondary market. So these terms and all, now if you're new, don't worry. Okay, you will study when you study a basic test series. But if any changes happens in the US thing or a dollar thing or whatever they are giving loans, whatever their bond returns are there, that and all can make the decision of foreign investors change. Okay, they can think like whether should we invest in the government bonds, Indian government bonds or not. Okay, so that can influence. Just because it's told influence, it is true statement. Now statement 2 is also correct because RBI, does many actions. Okay, like even recently Operation Twist was there, which UPSC already asked. This is also is like selling and buying of the government securities. So that also can have an influence on how the bond will give returns. Okay, now statement 3 is also correct because inflation and short-term interest rate, these are things which decides almost everything in the economy. Okay, when inflation is there or interest rate is going up and out, it can influence, or investor will decide, okay, there is no much interest rate now, why should I invest? Or there is a huge interest now, let me go and interest. So based on that, they decide where to go and invest the money. So the bond can again get influenced. Okay, so one time thinking, if you do, you will easily see that 1 2 3 are correct, but in exam hall you keep thinking and try to eliminate. That is where it goes wrong. So an official answer key is answer D. Now next one, again economics only. Okay, so consider the following four things are given. Okay, one is FCCB, foreign currency convertible bond. Then this is FII, or the, you can tell, for foreign portfolio investment. FII or FPI, both are same. Okay, but it is different from FDI. Okay, then global depository receipts, or GDR. Okay, this many are there. ADR, GDR, many things are there. Depository receipt. Then non-resident external deposit. So these terms for a newcomer, it all looks very vague and difficult. But again, all these are taught in our basic first or second economic test itself. Okay, all these terms are there with examples, with the process and current affair. If anything happened, everything is there. It's a very simple terms if you study from VYSH IAS test series at least. I don't know about others. So here now asking which of the above can be included in FDI. So basics of FDI and FPI, at least I think last 3 years repeatedly one question is there on FDI. Okay, last 3 years, 2019, 20, 21 now, back to back FDI question is there. Still, if you didn't revise the topic, it's your mistake. Okay, so foreign direct investment means foreigners somehow is investing in our companies. Okay, coming and getting a stake, like 10% is with them, or 90% will remain with the government, or 90% with the private company, remaining 10% they will take. So someone from foreign is coming and investing in our company and getting the share. Okay, this is the idea. And institutional means you are in the stock market, you are getting the share. Okay, so that basic difference is there. So now here, usually when you see this kind of thing, people will tell FDI and FII are different. So this two cannot come in the answer. So let me go and eliminate A and C. But here you should read this thing. This is the twist here. Okay, like with certain conditions. So in RBI circular, if you go and search, this is actually true. Okay, FII in certain conditions up to a limit, it can be considered as FDI. It's written in RBI circular. For that reason, 2 has to be there in your answer. Okay, so this and this cannot be there in answer. 2 has to be there in your answer. Okay, then foreign currency convertible bond. So each term I can show you why it is correct. Okay, so for FCCB is a category of bond. At least that you will know because of the term bond is there. It's a category of bond. Okay, so they are issued in currency different from the issuing company's domestic currency. Okay, the corporate issue FCCB to raise money in foreign currency. Okay, someone will raise this thing so that foreign currency comes in. Okay, so FDI is associated with what? Equity investment, and FDI word is not usually associated with the debt investment, that is the bond investment. It's not usually done. Okay, in general, bond cannot be FDI. This we know. Okay, but this convertible thing, this is a foreign currency convertible bond. Okay, so this could be converted into equity or share also. So because of that reason, it can act like the fund coming in. Okay, it can be like a equity is bought by a foreign investor. Okay, even if you're not understanding, just understand that usually bond will not be FDI, but because it's a convertible bond, it can be converted into shares. So this is possible. It can be included under FDI definition. They're just asking whether it can be included or not. Okay, statement 2 is also correct because FII, is usually different, which is FPI, foreign portfolio investment. But here it is telling certain conditions. So in RBI circular, if you see, FII invested in, again, convertible debenture, it is counted as FDI subject to certain percentage. Okay, so there are different ways of FII coming in also. So that also, if it's in convertible type, then it can be considered FDI as per RBI documents. Okay, now statement 3, global depository receipt, which is a certificate issued by a bank that represents share in foreign stock or 2 or more global market. Okay, so a bank is giving a certificate for you, that is called this receipt. Okay, it's a receipt, it's a certificate given by bank when you have like this much holding of stock of companies. Okay, so it is usually traded in American stock exchange as well as the Eurozone and also in Asian exchanges, and they and their dividends are priced in the local currency of the exchanges where the shares are traded. Now GDR represent an easy liquid way for US and international investors to own foreign stocks. Okay, so when you're owning something, that time a receipt will be given by the bank. That is the GDR. Okay, in America it will be called like ADR, AGDR, like that. Not the name will be there. Okay, now if an Indian company is issuing this, okay, then foreigners is what they're doing. They're buying the stock, and so we are issuing this thing. So that means what? It's actually foreign investment coming into India. Okay, so that also for that reason can be considered as FDI. It is written in RBI circular if you go and search. Okay, so this is only the exam hall. I know it is very, very difficult to solve it, but I'm giving you this much details because I'm expecting again questions to come in future. Maybe this Sunday itself, June 5, 2022, the question can come on any of these topics. Okay, so that is why these are being given to you. Statement 4 is not correct because this is just a resident simply putting the money here. Okay, like NRE account we call non-resident external account are opened for a purpose of depositing income earned overseas, meaning you're earning something, you're putting in this thing. Okay, like putting in the bank. So these funds held in this account can be remitted back also in the overseas freely, and also I think the banks can give it out as loan also. Okay, banks can take that money and do. Usually how bank works, somebody's money is there and bank is taking it and giving out loan. So you cannot call this as an FDI. Okay, FDI means it's an investment coming and then some share is given. It's like a permanent investment. Okay, it's not like simply pulling out when and where you like. So statement 4 alone cannot fit into the answer. Okay, so this also will go away and answer is 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the official answer key also. Answer A, that is FCCB, FII with certain conditions and GDR can be included in FDI. Okay, now 8th question, the effect of devaluation of currency. Okay, so devaluation, the English word, if you know itself, this is a very easy question to solve. Okay, so first thing is devaluation means what? You are $1. Okay, $1 equal to, you tell, 100 rupees, or $1 equal to 70 rupees. So what is called devaluation? It is not making 100 to 70. Okay, it will be like reverse, 70 to 100. Okay, like suppose $1 is 80 rupees. Okay, so this is like suppose a strong currency. Suppose now when it becomes $1 equal to 100 rupees, meaning our rupee is becoming weak. You are devaluing it. So RBI can purposely devalue it if needed. Okay, so because China and all keeps doing it. So RBI, if you devaluate it, $1 of 80 becomes $1 of 100 now. Okay, meaning we are devaluing our currency. Okay, our value is actually getting reduced. So from that itself, second statement you can eliminate. It's telling increases the foreign value of the domestic currency. You're not increasing the foreign value. You are actually decreasing the foreign value of your domestic currency. Okay, so 2 is actually wrong. You can eliminate that. Okay, now either 1 or 3 is the thing. So now if you see this, when you do, what will happen? Foreign importers, okay, somebody is trying to import something from your country. Okay, from India, somebody is trying to buy. They're looking like whether we should go to Africa, whether we should go to India or Japan. We should invest, we should import something. So now when you do this thing, for the same $1, first they used to get only 80 rupee worth of item. Now with $1, you are getting 100 rupee worth of item. So they will find it cheaper. Okay, importing for foreigners, they will look it cheaper. Meaning for India, the exporting will look more better. Okay, because foreigners will say like we are getting more item now for the same dollar. They will tell, okay, keep exporting more things to us. Okay, so it improves the competitiveness of domestic export in the foreign market. Okay, foreign market will choose us. Okay, so devaluation will improve the trade competitiveness of the domestic exports is a correct statement. So answer, you got it here itself, because 2 cannot be true and 1 is true. Okay, and third one also, if you see, the statement is improves the trade balance. There is no guarantee that your trade balance should improve. Okay, you don't know, because with each country your balance is different. With some you have deficit, some you have surplus. It varies from country to country. So just because your currency devaluate, you cannot surely tell like the trade balance is going to improve. So this is a wrong statement. Okay, so 3 also you can eliminate. Answer is 1 only. Hope you are understanding. I'm trying to explain each with examples and basics so that even a beginner can understand. Okay, so trade thing, you cannot tell whether it will improve. The statement 2 is not correct because you are actually devaluing, you are actually lowering your value of your currency. And the first one, because foreigners will feel like importing from you is better, that means our export will become better. Okay, so this is why answer is A. Now question number 9, which one of the following effect of the creation of black money in India was the main cause of worry? Okay, meaning, you know, black money is there are problems, we did demonetization, we did many other digital banking, many things we did, but what is the main cause of worry? So if you see here, everything is a cause of worry only. They're asking main cause of worry. Okay, so you know, the fund and all money is being diverted to different real estate, luxury housing, that's also a problem. Then unproductive things you are putting, maybe that also, like illegal money you are using, donations in political party, for that they bought electoral bonds. For everything solution has already come. Okay, the real estate bill has come, the digital gold has come, the electoral bond has come, so everything is getting solved. But the main cause of concern is what? The black money is something, this unaccounted money. Okay, just you need to know what is black money. It's unaccounted money. It is not there in your banking statements. It is not there in, everything is taken hard cash with you in maybe bundles, or inside your house you have stored cash, and because of that reason that will not be counted, so that will not be paid as tax. Okay, so a loss comes to the government. The money which usually tax comes, you can use it for your Jantan Yojana, for your other road construction, for all these things you can use. Okay, but if you are not even showing or it's full in cash, then how will the government get the money? So that is a big loss, and that is the main cause of worry for government of India. Okay, this again is multiple times told by Prime Minister, Finance Minister, and also basics, observational skills, reading news, you could have solved this. Okay, so answer is D, official answer. Now last question for today: which of the following is likely to be the most inflationary in its effect? Okay, this is a repeat question, just like that same ditto options they asked in 2013. Okay, you can go and check. So inflationary means what? Inflation means too much money is there, but only little goods are there. Okay, meaning everybody has money. Okay, but in the market there is no vegetables, there is no bread, there is nothing. So obviously it will become inflation. Okay, so when can that happen? When people have more money. So people have more money. In these options, if you see, one is repayment of public debt, meaning you are giving back the money to the public. Then borrowing from public to the public to finance a budget deficit. This actually you are taking from public. Okay, so this leave it. Now borrowing from the banks to finance a budget. So this are all, if you see, very vague options. But this one, if you see, creation of new money, meaning already in the system there are a lot of money. On top of that, you are printing new money or cash by the RBI or whoever. This is going to cause the problem. Okay, this is the most inflationary in effect, because already these are all playing with the money which is already existing in the system. Okay, on top of that, if you go and print more money, that is going to cause more inflation. Okay, so that is the basic thing which UPSC was testing, and that is already there in all the test series, all the economics. If you see test number 2, printing more currency causes the inflationary pressure. So even if you want to meet the physical deficit, this is what they're asking: budget deficit, how will you solve? Okay, so physical deficit, when you have to solve, 2-3 methods are there mentioned in the economic survey. Okay, so here okay, so here if you see, this is borrowing from external sources, then printing of currency. This is given in the last third option. Okay, so it is telling if at all avoidable, you should be avoiding, and also in safe limit you should do, because it will create inflationary trend. Okay, this is the 10th question for today, and this is the final question for today. So I request you that you take these seriously. Questions, as I told, will repeat. From 2019 also one question repeated. I'll show you in the next episode. Directly questions are coming. So 10 to 15 marks extra you will score if you study from a proper test series and a proper previous year solved video. Okay, so this, if you see, can be done every day. I can increase the speed also, so that before your prelims it can complete all the 100 questions. But you have to support us. Just hit the subscribe button, just hit the like button, and comment like what you felt about it, whether any still some doubt is there. So when you tell that, I can improve it in the next episode also, and I can bring the next episode faster. Okay, so please hit the subscribe button. I'll come up with the next episode. Thank you and have a nice day.